Well, hello again, everybody. The History Guy here. Time for a updated review of one of my favorite mods for one of my favorite games. This is North and South, the American Civil War 2.5 for Napoleon Total War. It's an update over the 2.0 that I reviewed sometime last year. And I have a much better handle on the mod, so I feel like I can do the mod much more justice this time around. So I just want to talk a little bit through some of the features that are now available or have been updated to what I'm going to describe today on North and South American Civil War 2.5. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and play a smaller battle just to give you a look at the gameplay itself. So first, let's talk a little bit about the mod. First of all, as is the case with a lot of mods, there's no campaign mode, but there's so much depth to this mod and so much work and attention to detail has been done that there's so much that you can do without having to worry about a campaign mode. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features, and I'm getting this directly from the message boards where they posted all of those features. So just some highlights of this mod. There are 60 battle maps, and they've spent a lot of time trying to recreate the actual battlefields as best they can. And these are not only the major battles, but you've got places like P Ridge, for example. In fact, let me just go ahead and take a look at some of the battle maps and show you some of what's available. Okay, so here we go. We've got Wilson's Creek, Wilderness Tavern, Stones River, Spotsylvania, South Mountain, Shiloh, Seven Pines. I'm not going to read every one of these to you, but I'll scroll through a little bit and just let you see some of what there is. You name it, there's probably a battle for it on here. You even got things like Perryville, which was in Kentucky, P Ridge, Missionary Ridge. You've got Malvern Hill, Manassas, Knoxville, Kernstown, which is in now West Virginia. It's Winchester, Virginia area. A bunch of different battle maps for Gettysburg and Fredericksburg, and you've got Fort Wagner, which I think I played before on the last one. Antietam, multiple maps. Champion Hill, which is outside of Vicksburg, and on and on. I believe some of the largest ones are Chickamauga and Shiloh, which both have something like 100 regiments on them. But that's just one part. There are a ton of historical scenarios as well. Let's take a look at some of those. All right, so the best way to actually play, if you want to play one of the historical scenarios, what you do is you just go in to local network like you're hosting a multiplayer match. You go to host battle, and then you click on the scenario, and now you see all of the available scenarios that are actually recreations of those battles with their real order of battle. And another great thing that I just really commend the developers of this mod for is they've really done their homework on the orders of battle for these units. They've got 4,300 unique regiments, battles, and leaders in this mod. A lot of attention to detail on these unique units. They've put all of their on-field strengths in these battles at either 35, 40, or 50% of what they were at the actual battle, depending on what scale you choose with the unit size right here. And the reason being that it's such a taxing game on your system as it is, that depending on how good your system is, you're going to want to make the unit smaller so that your system can handle it. So they've done that. They've got new artillery classes in this one. There's light, medium, and heavy artillery, all that all actually existed during the war, and all of the units are graded from A to F. Depending on how elite or how good that unit was. And they've tried to use historical record to accurately depict those. But obviously that's something that's a little bit subjective. But they've done the best they can with that. So you can see some of the available real-life scenarios that you can fight. And a lot of them go all the way up to 3 versus 3. So you can have 6 people in a multiplayer match. And I'll definitely be inviting some of you who may have this mod, who want to play some multiplayer matches, will definitely want to do that at some point. So let me know if you're interested. We'll try to set something up. But they also have a new victory point mode, which I think is fantastic. One of the things I always wish that was available on Total War games. And so there, you'll see on some of the maps, they have victory points that you can capture to try and win the battle. So it helps move things along. It helps give purpose to the armies. And it definitely makes for much better gameplay, I think. So we're actually going to dive into the Battle of Cross Keys today. It's one I've never fought before. So we'll give that one a try and we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. So this was one of the decisive battles of Jackson's Valley campaign. We're going to get all this artillery unlimbered, and then we're going to bring up our units around it. This, along with the Battle of Port Republic, were kind of the ends of the Valley campaign, and were kind of the high point for Stonewall Jackson before he marched off to help fight during the Peninsula campaign, the 7 days around Richmond. So the Union had a huge advantage in numbers in this battle, and yet somehow managed to lose it. So I'm going to bring up some units and come up right alongside of where this artillery is. We're getting everybody unlimbered here and turned around. You can see the victory points on the map. 1, 1, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there, and then a 2 back there. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing up my infantry. Who's this up here? There's some more artillery. We'll get them unlimbered right where they are. Been a while since I played this, so it's going to take me a little time to get used to it again. Oh, there we go. So I'm actually going to bring these guys up as kind of a reserve. So I want to make sure that they do not fire at will. So they're not shooting into the backs of their friends. I'll plug a unit in right here. Are these guys unlimbered? Yeah, I guess they are. Okay. It's going to take a while for the Confederates to get up into position to attack me, so I'll probably, once I get everybody into position here, I'll probably just go ahead and jump ahead to the action, just to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what that looks like. I'm trying to plug my infantry into the holes in between where I've got this artillery, though. It probably suits me better just to bring the artillery back so they're firing over the heads of the infantry, but we'll play it by ear and see what happens here. And I've got these additional units here that I'll also bring up and just tell to not fire at will. All right, so we'll jump ahead to the action, see what happens here. All right, so for the first time, the Confederates are coming into range of my guns, and so my battery, Company I of the 1st Ohio Battery, has begun to fire. Looks like we've got some Napoleons here. I'm assuming these are 12-pound Napoleons. That's certainly what they look like. And so we're starting to fire on them as they come in through the woods. I've decided to hold my initial position, even though that means giving up these victory points to him, figuring I can take them back. But I don't know exactly how the victory points work yet, so we're going to figure that out as we go along. But let's go ahead and get a look at these guys firing. Yes! Very nice. Of course, I guess I don't have it turned on to where you can actually watch the shells as they fly so you can know who they're firing on and everything, but you can certainly see the smoke from where those things have been landing. And we can take a look at the Confederates as they begin to make their journey toward me. And now the 44th Virginia has not yet lost anybody, but you can see there's the shells coming in. So they're already under artillery fire from these massive amounts of artillery that I've got. Though they haven't lost anybody yet. It's always fun to just kind of watch. That's so much of what makes this game great, is just the excitement of just watching how beautiful it is. Because honestly, the AI is terrible on Total War games, always has been. But it's just so pretty. I would give anything for a game like Ultimate General Civil War that looked like this. That would be so amazing. That had all of the features of Ultimate General, but had the graphics of this. I don't know how that would work, but man, if somebody makes that, that would be my favorite game of all time, I think. All right, so they're marching their way toward me, and it's going to be quite a while yet before they get there. All right, he's getting into range, and he's riding his cavalry right out front. And I'm not sure why, because they're just kind of trotting along at a nice slow pace, and I've already killed 30 of them. And now he's about to come under my close range artillery fire, so I'm not entirely sure what the AI is thinking there. Obviously, he's not really thinking, but he's going to pay for it, and we're going to watch some of these shells land here in just a second. Here they come. Oh, that one exploded overhead and took out 5 men. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, there's another one. That didn't kill anybody. They got lucky there. Man, you really get a sense of it, the way the camera shakes. There goes a lone horse running away without a rider. Oh, man, I don't know what his artillery or his cavalry's thinking, but they're about to come under my small arms fire as well. So let's go ahead and get a look here from the perspective of the 3rd West Virginia, who very soon is going to get to fire their first shots of this battle. You can see he's just about into range. In fact, we'll watch over here the 25th Ohio, because they're kind of dead center to where the cavalry is going to be hitting. I want to get a good glimpse of them as they fire their first shots. Here they come. Yes! And I love the smoke. It's everywhere. I have graphics turned up really, really high right now on this. There's his cavalry. Man, see, he lost half his cavalry before he even got close enough to do anything. I don't know what he was thinking there. But the infantry's right behind them. I have cavalry also. They're over here hiding in the woods, and I'm going to hold off on using them until I see an opportune moment, maybe to sneak behind and hit his artillery or something. There's some random horses from the 6th Virginia Cavalry that are running into my lines. His infantry's very close to getting into range now. There they are. They're trying to run to get into position because, man, this artillery of mine has just been brutal for them. So he's coming at my center, it looks like, or maybe even coming over toward my right. I do have kind of a backup plan here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and, because I can see he's shifting over this way, I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 units on the line, give them an order that they can go ahead and fire. Just get them to cover my flanks a little bit. And I might need to shift some more units over that way, because it seems that's where the attack's going to come. So we'll bulk up on that side. I don't think I'm going to need a lot of these backup units on my left side. But we're starting to fire now. See how we're doing. Haven't lost a man yet in the 3rd West Virginia, but the artillery shots are starting to fall closer and closer from him. We'll just watch these guys for a little bit. They're facing off against the 21st North Carolina, and it looks like they're coming in. Woo! Camera's really shaking now. All right, we're losing some men now. For the first time, we lost, oh man, we lost 22, 23 men in that volley. 25. It's all right. How are they doing? They've lost almost 60 men. Of course, they're standing right in front of my artillery. Can we switch them to canister? I think these guys are close enough for canister. I want to see that. He's got 131 men right now. Oh, there it is. Oh, that was awesome. 15 men taken out in one volley. Oh, man, these guys have no chance over there. Who's coming up on my lines? Oh, there's a Confederate regiment right here. Terrible attack by the AI. 32nd Ohio holding their own quite nicely. 44th Virginia just being decimated right now. And we're about to get the 8th West Virginia on the line to where they're going to be able to fire too. Most of his units are still back here. Got some bigger regiments back there. (32nd Ohio) doing well, doing well. Let's take a look at these guys. Oh, you can see the blood. Oh, that was amazing. 72, 71 men. I can't believe these guys are down to almost 50% strength, and they're still holding their own. I would think one more volley is going to do it. Even got artillery coming in at them over here now. And we're about to get another regiment firing on them. They're getting hit from the flanks by artillery. Get the 8th West Virginia to fire on these guys. See, they're kind of covering my flank, so they don't really have a good angle on them yet. Because he's got some units that are coming over here. Let me take a look at this. Oh, is that his artillery? Oh my gosh, what are you thinking, dude? I'm gonna make you pay for this. Surprise, surprise, I got cavalry out there. He's trying to get this battery up on my flank, not knowing that I would have cavalry up there. Oh, you can actually dismount the cavalry. That's pretty cool. All right, so they just fired. These guys are trying to unlimber their artillery. Oh, no, they're taking off now. Oh, no, they did unlimber it. Okay. Come on, guys. How do we make them run? There we go. Oh, they're already running. Okay. I feel like my line's pretty solid, so I can focus on this for a little bit. Quit firing. Get in there. Switching to melee. There we go. That's my problem. They were just using their firearms because they could. All right, now these guys are going to pay. And it's going to be glorious. They're going to get a couple shots off. That's about it. Oh, man, they just fired into my cavalry. Took out 28 men. But that's all they're going to do. Hello. Thank you very much. Wow. Brutal. A battery stands no chance against cavalry with their swords coming in on them. All right, so they're gone. Back to the action. Looks like things are heating up over in the center. Third West Virginia still doing pretty well. Oh, man, still canister fire falling from my artillery. What men are running? Oh, his men are running. Okay. No, those are my men running. What in the heck? Who are they running from? They couldn't have taken a volley from these guys all the way out there, did they? Oh, well. It's all right, they did their job. These guys are really close now. Jeez. They're about to hit my artillery, but I'm going to hang tight where I am. Yeah, that's what I figured. Go ahead and run. 8th Louisiana's lost almost half their men. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's going to hit that battery. Nah, there he goes. Oh, this is great. Our general's under attack. Well, general needs to back up a little bit. That's General Blanker. He's not even my commander. That would be General Fremont over here. John Fremont, who was actually the very first Republican nominee for president in 1856. And one of the men that was considered for his vice presidential running mate was a one-term congressman from Illinois named Abraham Lincoln. All right. Things are going well. I really just got to kind of hang tight. Let's see what the Confederates are up to back here besides running. Every one of their units taking massive casualties. Let's see what's happening over here on his right. Same thing here. He's got the 13th Virginia that's doing okay, but I mean, casualties are going to be way higher than they were in this real battle. I think combined in the actual historical battle of Cross Keys, only like 1,000 casualties combined between the two armies. Oh, that canister is lovely. Yeah, I'd say this is pretty well over. He's got some units that are getting all bunched up in here. There's a pretty large unit there. Half of mine aren't even engaged yet. They just don't have to be. Check these guys out in the cornfield here. So we'll wrap this up fairly soon. It gives you a pretty good glimpse of what the mod's like. A lot of fun. Man, in particular, though, I would think multiplayer is where the real fun will be in this game, just because you're playing against people that are actually intelligent rather than the AI, which has never been very good on Total War games. But that's not the fault of the developers of this mod at all. I mean, they're just working with the game that they've been dealt. So definitely my favorite mod for Total War, just because I love the Civil War, and these are people who obviously do love the Civil War as well, because they've done their homework, they've done it right. It looks beautiful. It really makes you feel like you're in these Civil War battles, and I feel like doing some multiplayer on some of the bigger maps would just be a ton of fun if your system can handle the game. So there you have it. That's ACW 2.5. Use the comment section below if there's a particular battle you'd like to see me recreate. I'll probably start doing these every so often, just to give you a little glimpse of what the battlefields look like. Obviously, gameplay is only as good as the enemy that you face. So, like I said, multiplayer is probably the way to go. So if you have the mod, or you want to get the mod and you want to play, then I would love to play you. Maybe even do a live stream or two on this sometime. Man, these guys are getting up super close. We're going to have us a little melee combat here. So let me know in the comment section if there's a particular mod or battle you want to see, or if you have the mod and you want to play me. The mod's not real hard to install. You can't do it through Steam, so it's not that simple. But it's not real hard to install either. I had a little bit of trouble installing the mod, but I found a quick, easy fix. I installed everything fine, but it wouldn't boot up. And I found that there was a particular file that you needed to go in and delete in one of the folders to make it boot up, and then it booted up just fine. Took me all of about 10 minutes to download and install and get the mod up and running. So not hard at all. Just if you follow the instructions that are in the PDF file that comes with the mod, it shows you step by step what to do. It really is pretty much foolproof. These guys are facing the wrong direction. Turn around, everybody. So so there you have it. So let me know your thoughts, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this mod. Fantastic. If you love the Civil War, you will love this. So check it out. It's North and South American Civil War 2.5. I will put a link in the description that'll take you right to the page where you can download the mod and try it out for yourself. So thanks for watching, guys. History Guy out. I will see you again soon.